Hey everybody, Cold Steel Bill here, coming to you from the front porch with views from the front porch. So, what we got going on today? Well, I was fortunate enough to have someone gift me a bag full of 454 Casull rounds. Now, I don't know about y'all, if you shoot 454 Casull, you know that probably the cheapest round that you can buy today on the market is going to run you about anywhere between $1.40 to $1.65, somewhere in that neighborhood, um, a piece around. Um, I reload, and after looking at all these, I can tell that these are hand loads also. And this group here was loaded on the Hornady brass, and this group over here up top there was loaded on Starline brass. And I can appreciate the fact that the person that was reloading these guys was using Starline. Hornady, I don't have a lot of experience with Hornady. I do have a lot of experience with Starline, and I do have a lot of experience with Winchester. And I can tell you right now, Winchester is not worth putting your money in. It is, to me, it's like a fixture in a mobile home. Okay, it's as cheap as you can get to put it out on the market, and it functions. If you're reloading Winchesters, keep it at cowboy loads. Anything above a cowboy load, you may not get two loads out of it for the case splits or whatever. All right, back to subject. I was given this bag of reloads, and I do appreciate it. Like I said, these things are pricey off the shelf, which is the reason I actually got into reloading was the 454 Casull. But I don't know what I have here. Aside from the head stamp and looking at the peel that's on it, that looks like it's probably about a 270 grain peel. This one looks like it's probably about a 265 grain peel, but I don't know. And not only do I not know what the exact grain of these things are, I don't know what kind of powder that it's loaded on. Now right here, I've got a little bit of H110. And right here, I have my kinetic bullet puller. So what my intention is to pop the lead out of one of these guys right here and weigh the powder and look at it and compare it to what I have right here with H110 and see if it might be. And this way I'll know what they're loaded at. I love my guns. I love my 454 Casull, and I don't want to put anything in it that's unknown, or at least I have questions about. So I'm going to put this camera up there in that tripod, and of course I got my GoPro over there. And oh, by the way, I'm really getting into this editing thing. So if you see a piece in it later on and I say, hey, this is an edited part, then I'm getting there. All right, y'all hang on. Okay. Oh, as I was saying, I was teaching myself to edit. So if you see a clip that's coming from that angle there, looking in this direction, ta-da, I've edited something, right? And for you trolls who like to troll me, understand that this coffee cup right here has coffee in it that's way stronger than your feelings. Pick your battles wisely. All right, now what are we going to do? Now, these high-tech specialized equipment today. Got my scales. We've got the bullets. We've got calipers. I've got colettes. If you've never used a centrifugal force bullet puller, then get you one of these. You can get them for your reloaders to put them in your reloader, but unless you're doing a whole bunch of them, you know, these work. I've had this one for a number of years, and it works real well for any more than I have to use it. What you do is you select the proper collet to go into it. You have 3 different sizes. Okay. For small, like 22, so forth. Medium, 38s, and large, 45s. And we're going to be using the 45 today. Slide your round down into it. You won't be aggravating. There it goes. Slide your round into it. And it clips. Drop it in. Cap it off. And the centrifugal force generally takes about 3. If it's got a good factory crimp on it, it takes about 3 good swats. Got a good crimp on this one. I can see it moving a little bit. There we go. Yep. What the hell? Luna. Luna, get over here. Council on Aging is across the road from me. I don't know what they got going on over there today, but good God, they've been awful vocal. All right, so let's pour our bullet and powder in here. That's quite a bit of powder, and that looks like it's going to be at least a 275, if not 300 grain bullet. Now, let's see here. Let's go ahead and get these out of the way. I'm going to do the lid. Let's see how much this powder weighs. Wind's blowing in. Hope I don't blow any of it off. .6. That tells me that that is probably H110 and 34 point. Wind's blowing it, shifting it around. 34.7 now. Now 8. Now 5. Now 7. Now anyway, 34 grains in here. And 34 grain is pretty much top of the chart on most of the loads with 454 Casull that I've experienced, whether it's Spear or Hornady or who. Okay, 34.9 now, 35.0. So, you know, this is a very, very hot charge. If I'd have just stuck one of these in my gun and pulled the trigger, I would have realized real fast that this was the you know, upper end of the charge itself. Excuse me. All right, let's tear this out. 0. See what kind of bullet weight we have. 249.7. So you could call it 248 or you could call it 250. Make sure there's not any trash down in that hollow point. I like the bullet. I'd like to know who the manufacturer is. 249.6. 249.8. 249.6. All right, so 250 grain bullet, and it was on top of about 34 grains, if I'm not mistaken, of powder. Yeah, a little bit extra in there. Already had some in there. I was going to look at it under the microscope, or actually under this jeweler's loupe, to see if it was compatible or not, but I screwed around, stupid ass, mixed them up. But anyway, my whole point in the video is, if someone gives you some bullets and you do reload, or you know somebody that reloads, before you put them in your gun and start pulling the trigger, do a little bit of investigating. Okay, now the fact that I reload and I use H110, and I'm very repetitive in using H110 at the 34, 30, 32, 34 grain level for hot loads, this is something that's common to me. So it's something that, you know, I recognize, I would say, immediately with it. But on the other hand, had somebody give me these, let's say that their relative passed away, moved away, sold the gun, and they run across these later, and they said, well, I don't have any use for these anymore. These were just taken down to the store, Cold Steel Firearms, and the guy gave them to Richard and says, if you know anybody that can use these, you know, they can have them. And of course, Richard says, yeah, I know somebody that could use them, being me. And so he gave these to me. And like I said, I'm very curious about what I'm putting in my gun, and you should be also. So if somebody gifts you some reloads, understand, either be with them when they're reloading the cartridges, so you can see everything that goes on with them. This way you know everything about the cartridge to see if whether it is or it isn't safe to go in your gun. A lot of guns are not rated for plus P. So, you know, I reload 45 long Colt, and I will load that 45 long Colt up to pressures that are to the lower end, if not just a little bit above the 454 Casull. So know what you got before you stick it in your gun, because if you don't, you may wind up hating life later on with it. For sure. Oh. Hey everybody, Cold Steel Bill here, coming to you from out at the farm. How y'all doing today? It's Saturday, January the 7th. There goes a cute little red car. Never seen that guy before. Anyway, it's Saturday, January the 7th, and I thought I would come out, 2023 by the way, and do a little shooting. A friend of mine, actually I don't even know who the guy was, a friend of a friend, I should say, came by the store and left me a bag full of 454 Casull rounds. And, you know, if you shoot a 454 Casull, you'll know that the cheapest round you can find probably running you about $1.75, $1.50 a piece. I don't just shoot anybody's hand loads. And I looked at them and they are hand loads, they're not factory. But I tore one apart. They're 100 and I think it was 160 grains, and they were sitting on 32 grains of what looked to me like H110. I compared it to some H110 under a jeweler's loupe, and the crystals look the same. So that's what I'm going to think they are. And so if they are loaded with 35 grains of H110, and you hand load and shoot H110, you'll know that 35 grains has got some oomph to it. All right, I'm going to be shooting at the target down there on the far right, the little round 10-incher. I'm about 25 yards from the target, so we'll see what we can do with it. Today we're going to be shooting my Taurus Model 513 Raging Judge Magnum. I should have brought some 410 rounds out with me. And I've had this pistol now for about 5 years, and I like it. I like it a whole lot. It has been a really good pistol. I've shot ducks with it. You believe that shit? I ain't lying. God strike me dead if I'm lying. And I don't play with that kind of stuff. Taurus Model 513 Raging Judge Magnum. It's chambered in 454 Casull, and you can also shoot the 45 Colt through it, as well as a 3-inch 410. Y'all hang on. All right. As I said before, we're going to be shooting the Raging Judge Magnum. It's a Taurus model 513. The Raging Judge Magnum, not to be confused with the Taurus Judge or the Taurus Raging Judge. If I'm not mistaken, the Raging Judge is a 454 Casull 45. The Judge is a 45 410. Raging Judge Magnum is 454 Casull 410, 3-inch 410, and 45 Colt. The Raging Judge Magnum, mine has a 6.5-inch barrel. It has double latches here for security in the wheel, spur, grooved, fixed rear sight, light gathering nylon front sight. The pistol is heavy, and even shooting the 454 Casull, because of the weight and because of the position and the angle of the grip, it absorbs it. Is not a whole lot of muzzle flip to it, but let's quit talking about it and let's shoot it. Like I said earlier, I opened up some of these bullets. This weighed out to be 160 grains. And fortunately, the guy that was using it was using some Hornady, but mostly Starline brass. Don't have a ton of experience reloading Hornady. I've never had a problem with some of it that I've had, but I wish I could say the same for Winchester. Winchester's okay if you're going to reload cowboy loads once or twice, but if you're going to load anything hotter than a cowboy load, I wouldn't. Not if you're going to save your brass. I mean, if you just want to blow your brass up, that'll work. But anyway, the 454 Casull, the .452, 451, oops, 458, depending on which caliber you're shooting. 451s are mostly 45 auto loaders. 452 typically revolvers, and 458 normally runs in the 45-70 range. Deer or something walking around over there, but something tells me they're fixing to relocate. All right, let's shoot this gun. I've been editing a video at the house on my new Ruger American chambered in 308. It's the Predator version. And I've got a sight mark Wraith on it, night vision scope. And I'll be honest with you, I thought it was going to be a lot easier, and it will be as I get to doing it more, but who knows, before you know it, I'll have an actually edited video. This one may wind up being so. All right, here we go. Fire in the hole. 454 Casull. Yeah, baby, they're hot. They're definitely hot. Yeah, like I said, I don't know who loaded these, but they loaded them up hot. I like it. If you've never shot a 454 Casull, let me tell you right now, it's an experience. Like I said, whoever loaded these, they're loaded hot, hot, hot. You know, there might be some that I loaded to give somebody and they never came and got them. A long time ago. Let me see if I can hit the cinder block on top of the drum over there. Yeah, baby. Was that 6 or is this one 6? Fixing to find out. It'll go through that steel plate like it's butter. It won't go through the little one on the far right, but all the rest of them, it'll slice through them like they're tinfoil. I think that was 6 there. Yeah. Let's see if we can get some fire off of this thing. Pops, that will mow it. One more. That was it. I only have 5 rounds left. Stop. 454 Casull, baby. 454 Casull. Hey, Pops is on the mower. Good deal. He loves that mower. Man's 96 years old. Be 97 in February. About another 36 days from now, he'll be 97 years old. He says he's going to go to 100. And you know what? I believe him. Cold Steel Bill here, coming to you from out at the farm. Glad you joined me today, playing around with some gifted 454 Casull rounds. I love you. I mean it. Au revoir, mi amigos. Adios. Bye.